Hey everyone, in one of my previous video we made this container or long planter free. There were some brassicas growing in it. They now moved to my garden beds and this container is now free for planting. So I have decided to plant in this some flower bulbs for next spring and also some flowers for the fall and winter. So let's get going. I tend to replenish the soil if the planter or the bed or the container is free as a whole, and that happens not that often because there is something always growing in them. So when I get a chance, I'll add some compost. That's what I'm going to do today. Since this planter had some heavy feeders like cabbage, cauliflower growing in them, it is a good idea to replenish the soil before planting the bulbs and the flowers. What I usually do is I add some half-ton compost to the soil by making a trench deep in it and covering it with soil. This is actually some vegetables fermented using bokashi method mixed with the soil, but they're not fully done and that's okay. They'll decompose in this planter. Now the planter is ready for planting. I'm planning to plant all the spring bulbs at the back of the planter. In the front, I'll plant the fall flowers. Let's make a small trench at the back for the bulbs. These are the flower bulbs I got from Dana. They had 50 bulbs in a packet for a reasonable price. Mainly, I got some tulips and hyacinths. Now let's plant them. While planting, make sure that the pointed part is facing upwards. That's where the shoot is going to appear. I'm planting the bulbs close to one another so that I have a row of tulips next spring, hopefully. And I might not save the bulbs after the bloom because I've not had good experience saving it. It is a lot of effort saving it, and also there is no guarantee that the bulbs are going to bloom next year. So I treat these bulbs as annuals. So we are done with the planting of the bulbs. I only used up the 50 bulb packet that was enough for this long planter. I'm left with the hyacinths and some more tulips which will be planted in my raised bed. I'll show that towards the end of this video. Let's finally get to the exciting part of planting the fall flowers. I have a few heathers and a lot of pansies. Both these survive the autumn cold. In fact, pansies can also withstand mild winters. Let's see how they'll do during the winters here. I believe I'm in the gardening zone 8A. We have mild winters, maybe few weeks it gets pretty harsh, but otherwise it is mild. So I'm hopeful that they can survive the winter as well. Here I was planning to plant some chrysanthemums, but I changed my mind in between and decided to plant a row full of pansies and heather alone. The mums will find some other place in my garden. These days I'm interested in learning more about flowers. There are so many things about flowers that I didn't know, and it is pretty interesting. So next year I'll add more flowers to my garden. A mix of flowers and veggies will make the garden prettier. So we are done with the planting. I'll water them every day, keep the soil moist. Let's now take a quick look to my raised beds where we will plant the rest of the bulbs. The beds are prepared in a similar manner as the other planter with the bokashi compost. I'm planting the rest of the bulbs in the raised beds. I got these bulbs. Actually, these were inside the 50 bulb packet of tulips. I'm actually not sure what these bulbs are. In case if you know, please write it down in the comments below. Otherwise, we are in for a surprise next spring.